Welcome, Dr. Peter Wuffli, to this conversation on responsible global leadership. You have been widely published in the area of leadership ethics. You give talks about globalization and entrepreneurship and impact investing, and just recently published a book with Routledge called The Elea Way, so co-authored by Professor Vanina Faber. And in this book, you describe the learning journey towards sustainable impact.
We have seen a social entrepreneurship movement, which put social entrepreneurs on the pedestal, invited them to conferences, created networks among them, gave them a lot of visibility. And that was obviously important. Organizations like Ashoka, like the WEF, Leaders of Tomorrow, like the Skoll Forum, essentially gave them a face. And understood what social entrepreneurship is about. And the other big trend was impact investing. Impact investing essentially emerged in 2007 when JP Morgan wrote a study that there is potentially a new asset class that is called impact investing, meaning investing into social impact where profit is one element but not the only one, and maybe not even the most dominant one. And by now, also impact investing has reached huge momentum. We have now roughly 500 billion of committed capital, and we have hundreds of funds. And the thesis of the book is these two trends, they are great, they are terrific, and they are very encouraging as potential ingredients towards reforming capitalism to become more inclusive. But what is now needed is to integrate these trends. Because what we see is there is often a disconnect. You see entrepreneurs who are not really enabled to make good use of capital, and you see impact investment funds that are not really in a position to really understand the entrepreneurial drivers and therefore to make good use of their capital. And that's what we are trying to do since 15 years with elea, with a very hands-on approach. Where we essentially work with young companies in their post-startup period up to early growth period, and we invest about 1 Swiss franc or dollar for every 1 Swiss franc or dollar that we invest in risk capital, we invest a similar amount into helping entrepreneurs in terms of strategic thinking, organizational building, governance, fundraising, and right now, obviously in the COVID situation, very intensely also in crisis management. And so that's maybe a model where people like myself can make a difference by bringing what they have learned as executives in leadership skills to the party and helping to essentially get the best out of combining entrepreneurship and capital.